Take a slow, deep breath. Winter is here. You can feel nature around you going into a deep, dark slumber, and you feel nature around you withdrawing. And I personally feel my body does the same thing. When you think about winter, the qualities that come to mind are dry, dark, and cold. Our skin starts to dry out, so does our sinuses, and actually our joints do too. So our body starts to produce more mucus to make up for the dryness. That actually ends up being the perfect breeding ground for bacteria. And that's what leads to us getting flus and coughs and colds during this season. And so I thought I would share some seasonal eating tips of how you can keep your body feeling optimal through your diet. By adapting our lifestyle and our diet to the season that we're in, it actually prevents these seasonal imbalances that occur, like the coughs, the colds, and the seasonal blues. Nature provides the ideal foods that we need to keep our body feeling optimal, energized, healthy, and focused. Research has shown that the gut microbes in our tummy actually change as we eat seasonally. And seasonal microbes optimize our digestion, our immunity, and our mood.
You want the moon?
And our mood, not our moon. I'm sure you've noticed that during winter you feel a little bit more peckish. You feel like you need heavier, dense foods. And actually, winter is the time where our digestive fire is the strongest. So listen to your body and give it what it needs. That doesn't mean that we have to eat more junk food. It means that we have to eat more foods that are nourishing to our bodies. So I'm going to tell you exactly what those are. Essentially, what you're looking for are foods that are warm over cold. You're looking to eat more soups and stews and stewed apple in the morning, porridges for breakfast over smoothies or cold fruit, more khichdi. And if you don't know what that is, you obviously haven't watched many of my videos because I talk about khichdi all the time. Foods that are higher in fats and using more warming spices too. All of this helps to keep our body insulated, warm, and fuzzy during the season. I am so excited to go through this PDF kit with you guys. I created it with Adobe Acrobat, and it has everything that you need for your seasonal eating this winter. So you can print it out, you can stick it up on your fridge, or you can even see it online. It's something that you can scroll through whenever you're going out shopping, just to make your shopping a little bit easier for you. So let's talk about the veggies first. Like I said, you want to cook everything in warm oils and spices. But when it comes to vegetables, we're thinking about our root vegetables. We're thinking about squashes, pumpkin, sweet potato, beets, carrots, artichoke, turnips, and fennel, all your grounding root vegetables. And remember, if you do have farmers markets near you, that is going to be a great place to see what is in season. Usually in supermarkets or in grocery stores, we don't tend to see what's actually in season because we get everything from all around the world. But if you go to a farmer's market or you shop locally, you'll be able to see what farmers are growing. And whatever they are growing at this time of year, that's going to be the fruits and the vegetables that you need to be eating. One way that I love using my veggies, especially during this season, is in soups. I have so many different soup recipes on my website. Definitely go and check them out because they're easy ways to use vegetables, but also to feel like a hug for your belly. Onto the PDF kit, I've also added in one of my favorite winter recipes. It has all the ingredients listed there as a checklist that you can just take with you to the supermarket or grocery store, as we say in the US. I was gonna say, let's get fruity, but I'm not gonna do that. Next up, we have our fruits. When you think about the fruits that you should be eating this season, think about your crumbles, your pies, all the fruits that you would put into these, they're the ones that you're going for. So you're thinking about the sweeter fruits, the slightly tart, sour fruits. And that's it. The sweet and sour fruits. We're going for things like apple, berries, banana, apricots, cherries, dates, figs, mangoes, oranges, papaya, peaches, prunes, and tangerines. Those are a few of my favorite things. Next up, my favorite category, the spices. The world spiced up your life. Every boy, every girl spiced up your life. Oh. Spice Girls. For anyone who doesn't know that, that was the Spice Girls. And if you don't know it, you're either too young or we just can't be friends. We are talking spices like ginger, clove, cardamom, basil, saffron, turmeric, masala chai, basically all the spices that you want to put into your curries that you feel warm you from the inside out. Something I love to do with spices, especially if you're not used to incorporating them into your diet regularly, buying the ground spices for your cooking. So instead of trying to use the whole spices, you can buy cumin powder ground, you can buy the turmeric, you can buy cinnamon. All of these spices come ground, and it's so much easier to just throw them into your soups, your stews, your curries. The other way that I really love having spices during this time is in warm milk. I cannot stress how nourishing, calming, and soothing it is to have a big cup of milk with all these spices in. My favorite ones to do: cardamom, a little bit of ginger powder, and I usually put some chai masala in there too. But it is just there is no better feeling than snuggling up with a little blanket and having a warm cup of spiced milk. It is really lovely, and trust me when I say it also helps with your sleep, it helps with your digestion. Spices are just full of life. Like, they really do so much for your body. They are medicinal, and so whether you start in winter or whether you've had them before, I would really recommend incorporating at least a couple of spices. It will really help you through this winter season. Next up, we have our oils and fats. We want to be having more of the sesame oil, almond oil, sunflower oil, and mustard oils. And when it comes to the healthy fats, you're looking to have more nuts. Cashews, almonds, pistachios, everything that you'd put into your stuffing. Well, if you're making vegan stuffing, you'd put all those nuts in there. And one way I love just incorporating them is by making energy balls. Energy balls of like all the nuts and seeds. I usually do sunflower seeds, pumpkin seeds, cashews, pistachios, hemp seeds. Grind them all up with some dried fruit, which again are great for this season, whether it's your figs, your apricots, your dates. Add it all in, and then you can just snack on them during the day or have them as your dessert, have them with your cup of like masala chai. It tastes delicious, and even into that you can add some cinnamon and some warming spices into those balls too. One thing I've noticed when I use coconut oil during the winter season, before I even knew about the cooling effects of it, was whether I was using it internally or externally, it was actually drying out my skin more. And so because of the cooling properties of coconut, remember in Ayurveda it says that like increases like, and we need opposites to balance. And so because it is cold externally and we're trying to warm the body, we want to avoid using these cooling oils on a regular basis during this season. Next up, we have our grains. Most grains are great during this season as long as you remember to eat them warm, moist, and cooked in a healthy oil. But some of my favorites for this season are oats, buckwheat, brown rice, millet, and quinoa. So those are some of the ingredients that you should try to incorporate into your diet during this season. On my PDF kit, I've also written the things that you should try to avoid in each of these categories. So it doesn't mean you can't have them at all, but it means that those ingredients may increase the cold, the dry. I've got it all on this PDF kit for you, so definitely download that, and it has a little bit more information on there too. But thank you all so much for watching, and I hope you have such a wonderful, snuggly winter season. I am personally so excited to be going home after a whole year. It's just gonna be so wonderful. I'm going back to London, which by the way is so much colder than here, but all I have been dreaming about is walking off the plane and feeling that winter, like bitter cold air. It may sound really weird for anybody who lives in a hot country and loves the warmth, but I love cold weather and I really look forward to it. So I'm gonna be doing all of this when I'm back in London. So excited, and sending you all so much love, and hope you have such a wonderful week.